What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video, and in this one we're going to be talking about SOFI, the recent news, and the big sell-off that just occurred and what we're doing about it. We're going to go over the chart, the news, and if I'm buying some more, and what's to come for SOFI. So what you're looking at right here is the small account challenge. I started with $100 and we are currently on our way. We're in Disney right now. We sold Apple, we sold Airbnb, so doing well. If you want to join this, join the Discord. It's completely free. Click on the small account challenge and the updates will be in there and we can all get into plays together. Now let's get into it. All right, so nice recovery today for SOFI, but this week we did see a big drop, the lockup period expiring, some of the lockup period expiring. I believe that there is more lockup period at the end of July, which, insiders can sell their shares. Doesn't mean they're going to, but people tend to freak out about this, and that's where the selling pressure comes from. But we did see some selling pressure, and it recovered quite a bit. But I wanted to show in the private channels, I did say that I was buying on the day it started selling off. It was an overreaction to pipe selling. I'm long-term anyway. It doesn't really matter in my opinion. Anything under $20, I think, is a great buy for SOFI long-term. Now, we could see more selling pressure when that other lockup period expires end of July, and this could go down to 14 or 15, which I would love because I'll just get it for a cheaper price. And I'm looking at 2022 or 2023 calls. I think they're very inexpensive, even at the current price. So something like this will, in my opinion, hit. We have a lot of catalysts coming up. It only costs you $500, and if you wanted another extra year on top of that, it's $800. So this one is up today. I usually like buying those when it's red days, so we're going to definitely monitor SOFI going forward. And now let's talk about the news. So this first article talks about SOFI losing some value and is this the best time to invest? Just talks about the selling off and that analysts see a lot of growth for SOFI in the foreseeable future. They talk about the highest point being 24.37, and will SOFI outperform its previous highest value? I personally think so. They talk about how block expiration is traditionally bad for investors. There is large shareholders that are allowed to sell their stock, which causes fears in the market and overflows of selling, which can reduce the price. And then people see the price going down and they sell out. So it's just a huge cluster of selling and SOFI getting oversold. Now, the bank charter will be approved in November. It's expected to be approved in November, which is a huge catalyst. So I expect to see a run up around then, and especially when it's approved, that could set the stock higher, along with more catalysts to come. Now, there are going to be more expirations and lockups that expire. There should be one at the end of July from what I'm hearing, and that could also cause more selling. So I'll personally be buying on any weakness in SOFI. I'm in it for the long term, but I do believe in this company and the catalyst to come for it. So that leads perfectly into our next article, which is load up shares on any lockup expiry weakness. And I totally agree with this. Like I just said, I think this is a great buying opportunity. Any selling pressure before the bank charter catalyst is huge. This could add 25% to their EBITDA estimates. Now, they also go on to say the bank charter approval or denial, for that matter, is expected in November, and even if it's denied with the current depressed share price, Horgan believes the upside potential of approval outweighs the downside pressure of not getting approved. We go on to see that SOFI's core lending product should get a boost from the federal student loan forbearance, which is slated to end October 1st. Then they further go on to say that the Fed rate hike, which there's a 40% chance this will take place by 7/27/22, is another long-term tailwind, especially if SOFI receives that bank charter, as it supports a generation of higher net interest income. They've also gotten a price target of $30 with a downside case of $17 and, an average consensus price of $27.50. So I believe there's a lot of upside for SOFI here, and that's that for now. So here's my post from the other day. June 26th, I was talking about SOFI. I posted this in the Discord as well. And this is the benefit to being a Patreon. You get this stuff early before, I make a video on it or before, things pop off. I said, I believe 1518 would be a steal in the coming months. This is an overreaction. Nothing's changed with SOFI and my original DD. Now, I thought this was going to recover very quickly, which it did today. It's at 1940, not fully recovered, but it's looking promising. And if you want to check this out, I have unlocked this post. It's completely free now. So you can click here and download it. Then from there, you can open up the entire DD section. The investor presentation is linked. It gives you a breakdown about what SOFI does, what they're all about, some nice numbers, total users, 110% year-over-year growth, total products, financial products, Galileo users. It goes into a link to their blowout earnings, getting a bank charter, upcoming catalysts, their platform. SOFI is a community lender to speed up banking expansion. I linked a ton of different things in here, Anthony Noto stuff, different links, 3 reasons why SOFI is, an awesome company. Chamath's DD's in here as well. SOFI versus Lending Tree. Now we get into the overreaction post. So I added this on here because not everyone knows SOFI was a former SPAC, so there is a PIPE lockup, shares locked up, warrants associated with it. And it was down, just like we said, due to the lockup. Now, I believe shares under $20 will be a steal when you look back on this in a year or so. January 2022 or 2023 in the money or at the money calls are relatively cheap. I think they're going to print, and there's no stress with them. You can just buy them and chill out. And in the coming months, when these catalysts play out, you're going to see some nice gains. So these are the analysts' fair value price targets that I posted in here as well, 24 to 28, and then I think that's Rosenblatt initiated a buy at 30. I also posted this chart as well as the support levels and the resistance levels. So we're going to take a look at that right now, but everything is going according to plan and nothing has changed with the company. All right, so here is the daily for SOFI. You can see the huge sell-off gap down that it had, which means we've created a gap above. We could see this thing come back up to the $21 gap and fill that. It is currently oversold. MACD is a bit bearish. We're going to need this to cross up, this to pick back up. So one thing I want to talk about was the volume was much higher today on SOFI. It was 56.3 million compared to the average of 9.2 million, which is good. That means people were loading into this, getting a lot of attention. There's some talk that Wall Street Bets is talking about this one again. I'm not banking on that, but if they want to pump it and things happen, that's in our favor as well, especially if you hold call options. And if the premium spikes up, maybe you sell a covered call or something. But right now, it's a good dip buying opportunity. More lockup to come, so just be careful with that. $20 or less is good to me. The lowest I see this going is 14 or 15, so that is personally my downside risk opinion. I see this going over 25 in no time. But yeah, that's where we're at right now. This is what the chart looks like. First support, 1803. Second support, 1757. First resistance, 1943. And second resistance, 2037. So hopefully we see this thing bounce and head higher. And that's SOFI, and that's what I'm watching going forward. So that's pretty much it, guys. Hope you enjoyed the quick update on SOFI. Nothing has changed with that company. It is still fantastic, and I'm still buying. Here's an example. If you wanted to join the Patreon, the link is in the description, of the types of posts I do in here. So this was back on June 23rd, and although the market has mooned since then, these were some of the callouts that we took. So AI is up, Chewy's up, Airbnb is actually still in a good buy zone, TDoc is up, and then we have some leaps ideas. Dark pool charts, we post flow algo, different trading ideas. So feel free to check this out if it interests you. And a lot of the call options we took are up, such as, Chewy, Apple, Tesla. We have a lot of different plays going, so it's pretty fun. We talk in there all the time in the Discord. And if not, just join the free Discord and come hang out. So please like and subscribe and have a good one.